Well, here we are pretty high up on the list of accomplishments that nobody really cares about but me, because my 2003 BMW 3 Series just hit 250,000 miles. Roll the footage. Yay. That's right, 250,000, and I bought this car at about 230, so I've put, 20 on it in a year. That's about what you'd expect. Has it been a year? Yeah, I think it's been a year. Anyway, to celebrate, I got the car a little something. Well, two little somethings, but one of them is stuck in customs for the last 3 weeks, and I have no idea what's going on. I assume staffing shortages, but who knows. What I got this car is some new paint. We're going to take it to MAACO, and we're going to have some things redone, but first I'm just going to walk around and show you what all is going on with this car. First off, the bumper, of course. This car was recently backed into right here, scuffed all this up, little bit messed up, so I'm going to pop this trim off. The clear is completely garbage everywhere, especially on this front bumper itself. A few rock chips and stuff. The hood, pretty garbage, whole lot of rock chips, failing clear coat, peeling clear coat. There's a dent over here that I'm having taken out. I think it's that one there. This trim, I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but I'm going to replace that while I'm at it. This fender is actually not in the worst shape. I'm going to have it redone. These doors are off of another car because this car was hit by a truck, and then they claimed it was my fault. So I got some doors that weren't completely caved in off of a parts car, but the problem there is, well, they're just deep scratches all over the place. This one's down to like primer, and then it's like they JB welded their door protection edge guard garbage on there, and none of that's coming off, so that's all junk. So basically I'm just having the bumper, the hood, the fender, and these two doors fixed for about $1,000. The rest of the car, I'll get to it later. I've got some other things I want to fix there before I have that repainted, so we'll get there. But before we do any of this, I got to get this thing prepped. I got to get the badge off, I got to get the kidneys off, I got to get the bumper trim off, that thing, and the side moldings. So that's what I'm gonna do today. As near as I can tell, this all just kind of pops off with clips, so hopefully the only tool we need is Mr. Trim Tool. Yeah, it looks like these side pieces overlap with this top piece. From what I read on the internet, you just pull straight away from the car. There we can see the connection method. Little clips like that, so it should actually be more of this sort of thing. I think it's right here. Heck yeah. Okay, well, that was actually incredibly easy. No idea what the heck these things were. They just kind of fit into these holes there and don't actually seem to thread into anything. That's a bit weird. Next step is going to be these side moldings here. And I believe that these you just kind of pull and pray, really. It's almost guaranteed that these clips will break, but they're like 90 cents or something on FCP Euro. Ah, that one broke. Oh no, they all broke. Yeah. Every single one of them. Which is fine. I just need to get this done so I know how many to order. And then you'll also want to pull out the little rubber condoms that go in here. That's what they snap into. So now I just go do that, haul down the side of the car. That wasn't too bad. There are these clips here. I'm not sure what those do, but they hold something on the inside of the door, so I'm just not gonna mess with them. Here's what the clips are supposed to look like. Here's one that actually came off okay, and the rest of these just kind of broke on one side or the other, or both. So now we have the badge, the grills, and whatever the heck that thing is, it's already broken. So let's pop das Hood. Let's unlock das car first. Maybe I shouldn't have put this right where I'm going to be stepping. Poor planning on my part. Right, I think I sort of figured out these kidney grills. There's these two interlocking parts, and then just kind of go in there and pry with a, let's go with flathead screwdriver. I was not able to get that particular clip for whatever reason, but I only had to get like 3 of them, and then the kidney came out. So add that to the trim pile, and let's see if I can get one of these ones on camera here. So let's see, just kind of, there we go. Yeah, this really just needs multiple fingers, but you kind of get the point. Yeah, so I got the side one and the bottom 2 popped out. So now, let's see here. Yeah, push that through. Again, way easier with multiple hands. Out it comes. Just kind of, now mine's a bit different because this thing's been absolutely molested before, but it should pretty much just be, there's a couple of rubber grommets and pins that hold this in, and we're just working those loose as gently as possible. Work to the sides. Oop, there we go. Didn't even break them. And there's the 2 little rubber grommets. We're going to take those out, and I'm probably going to try and pull off as much of this adhesive as possible. Uh-oh. Starting to rain. Better hurry. Last one here. Pretty freaking simple. Just take these little tabs and push them up and over, and out it comes. And you got to unhook the heaters and the cable or hose for the window washers. That's right, they're heated window washers. Super neat feature. So there we go. I'm going to take the turn signals and stuff out and lights out in the parking lot, and drop this off at MAACO tomorrow. I'm not getting any sort of discount or anything. Just a normal person. This is the same one that Hoovy goes to, so we'll see how they go. It looked pretty good from the front, except for this, which happened like the other day in a rainstorm that was apparently so insane that it actually stripped clear coat off my roof. A bit annoying. Man, I really need to clean up my garage. Anyway, big reveal time. Wow, it probably looks mostly the same from this distance. Through a camera, it's actually really hard to tell, but I did get the car back, so let's take a look around it and see what's going on. First of all, this fender, I didn't actually let's look at the color match here. Yeah, that's pretty dang close. I mean, there's no blending going on between any of these panels here. It's really hard for me to see the color in person. All I'm seeing is glare from the sun. It looks like the color comes through a little bit better on the camera, though since the camera is also picking up UV frequencies, stuff that you can't actually see with the naked eye, it does look like this looks more purple than this one through the camera, but it doesn't look that way in person. But this, I wasn't actually going to have them paint, but apparently they accidentally nicked it with the sander when they were sanding the hood, so they resprayed my fender for me, so that's interesting. But overall, I mean, get a look at it's very hard to tell. Hello, hey, you can just look at me. There we go. That's honestly a really good paint finish. This is definitely a better paint finish than you would get on a brand new Chevy, and not by any small margin. If you've seen a new car, they're absolutely horrendous. Like, you can't even see an image in the reflection of them. Looks like not quite as good here in the fender. Let's see, how's the overspray? Looks like they masked all that off, so that's pretty great. Down here, okay, cool, they masked this off. Looks like they did a really good job. They even masked off the sticker here, which I couldn't care less about. Fog lights, no overspray there, no overspray. A little bit of overspray right there. Overall, pretty great. I was half expecting all my plugs to be just caked in paint, so that's actually quite good. Looks like there's a little bit of overspray back in there. Again, tiny bit here. Finish is still really nice. Looks like some of the paint chips didn't quite get sanded out. Yeah, that's kind of on me. I really knew I should have done more prep. Another thing I noticed is back here, it's very hard to show this, but there was some clear coat that peeled right here, and if I move a reflection over it, there's still a little divot there in the paint. But overall, I mean, this was completely faded paint. Clear coat was absolutely trashed, and now it looks pretty excellent. And then this was all multiple colors and coming up. Looks like there's a little bit of trash in the paint here. That's unfortunate. Not entirely sure if I can fix that or not, but I mean, whatever. For what I paid for this paint job, that's pretty impressive. Doesn't look like they really sprayed the underside of the bumper much, or did really any prep to the scuffs and stuff there. But I mean, I wanted a 10-footer, and that definitely looks like what I get. So moving around here, yeah, it's really what I expected. I mean, these guys are pretty good at laying down paint, and the prep work is about what you'd expect. No more overspray to speak of. So here, these are all the vertical surfaces I had done, all along the side here. And again, the finish quality is pretty okay. And of course, it can be made better with wet sanding. And yet again, I really should have done some more prep. Here's where that edge guard was, and it was like left behind like JB Weld residue. I really should have just hit that with a rotary sander. I had them fix a dent here. Looks like there's some sanding marks left in, but no more dent. They did get it leveled out really nicely. Looks like I guess there was some clear coat peeling there. There's just a little bit of an imperfection. But what's impressive, no runs, no fish eyes, and only that one piece of trash up there. And this was, I think, $1,100 for this panel, this panel, this panel, this panel, and I had them fix a couple dents here and that dent there. So overall, I am pretty happy. It looks like they painted the handle. I wonder if they did that on purpose. It looks like it. They must have masked it off. That's hilarious. Hey, my handle is now paint matched to my hood. How many E46 owners can say that? Let's see here. Where's my key? Somewhere in there the SD card filled up. I did discover something fairly annoying. Since they painted this fender, I didn't do any amount of prep or anything. This marker was still on. They took it off, and of course the wire fell down into the fender, and they just kind of... Now, I'm saying this, but I also didn't know if this was pristine or not, but it looks like they ripped this out to get to the wire. So that's fun, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this was pristine before or not. I've never looked at it till now, so I'm going to try and fix that back up best as I can. But the front is coming along quite nicely. There's just one very satisfying part left. There we go. Just use the backside of a screwdriver to help me get those seated. And now, the piece of resistance. Just line those up Wow. It almost looks like a real car now. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can figure this out, and then we can put the side trim on the other side, and I'm not entirely sure. Bit of overspray here. So I figured this out on the other side. Here's what you do. Take a little punch. Punch out the center of these. They're gonna fall down the fender. Try to retrieve them if at all possible, because you'll need them to put these back in. I think these are technically like a one-use plastic rivet. Okay, wiggle those around so I can get them out. The cover here is holding it on, so there's another push pin under here. That's what makes cars rust. Straight up dirt in here. Okay, well, I'm stupid. Turns out the actual answer is to take some wire, put a hook in it, and then fish it out. None of this was necessary, but I got my dirt out. And also lost the insert pieces for these, so now they're just going to fall out. So I guess I'll go inside and order some new ones. Well, the car is looking quite complete now until we get over here to the side. We still have these side markers to contend with. Yeah, I still need to get those out, actually. Where are my pliers? This part of this job kind of sucks, so we're going to be replacing all these clips here in the trim piece. Just going to lever the old ones out. There we go. And then stick in a new one. My fingers are already killing me. Repeat that like 20 freaking times. So I'm just going to line it up here. Well, here's a good reason to buy genuine parts. These clips don't quite fit right. So there's factory clips under here, aftermarket clip, aftermarket clip, aftermarket clip. I think that one's a factory clip. That one's a factory clip. They're just the wrong thickness. So I get to do this job all over again at some point. But hey, from way over here, that doesn't look half bad. Well, there we go. The BMW has some new paint. Now, obviously, there's more to do. This sunroof is probably going to be going away, and I'm going to give a shot at pulling this mess out on my own. I've got a sted welder, so look for that coming soon. But then I'll probably take it back to MAACO and get the rest of the car done, and then I will have, hopefully, a very nice condition E46 330i ZHP. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? So let me know down in the comments what you think of this paint job. Is this something that you'd pay $1,100 for? It certainly meets my fairly low standards. I mean, to me, this is a massive glow up from how it was before with all the faded paint on the hood, and my other hood with good paint but had a ton of hail damage and all the flaking clear coat coming off the bumper, and then scuff marks on the side from someone backing into it. So I'd say that's a decent improvement. I think I can live with it. Thanks for watching.